Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to apply for Social Security retirement benefits online, step by step, fully updated for 2026. But more importantly, I'm going to show you the mistakes that cost people thousands of dollars. Mistakes that nobody talks about in those other tutorials. That's not going to be you, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to do, what to avoid, and when to hit that submit button so your first payment arrives right on time. And it all comes down to one drop-down menu buried inside the application form. One drop-down that can cost you over $50,000. So what is this drop-down? Before you even get into the application, there is one decision you'll make that matters more than every other step combined. It's called your benefit start date. The system asks you to pick the month you want your benefits to begin. Sounds simple, right? But the month you choose changes how much you'll receive every single month for the rest of your life. And you can't undo it. Let me show you what that looks like with real numbers. Meet two people, same job, same earnings, same Social Security record. Person A files at 62. Their monthly check, $1,400. Person B waits until 67, their full retirement age. Their monthly check, $2,000. That's a $600 difference. Every single month. Now multiply that over 20 years. Person A collects $336,000. Person B collects $480,000. That's $144,000 left on the table. Because of one drop-down menu. But it gets worse. There's a rule most people miss entirely. If you've already passed your full retirement age, for most people born after 1960, that's 67. Social Security will pay you retroactively for up to 6 months. Here's what that means in plain English. Let's say you turned 67 in January but didn't file until July. SSA can go back and pay you for those 6 months you missed. That's up to $12,000 just sitting there waiting. But only if you know to request it. Most people don't. They just pick the current month and move on. So before you even open that website, know your number. Know your full retirement age. Decide which start date makes sense for you. But here's the thing, the website itself has changed. And if you've watched any tutorial from before 2026, what you're about to see is going to look completely different. Now, why should you care about a website redesign? Because it's the #1 reason people never even make it to the application. They open ssa.gov expecting the familiar screen from an older video. But SSA overhauled their entire login system. The old system had too many security breaches, stolen accounts, scam attempts. So they built a new one. It's called Login.gov. If you already have an ID.me account, it might still work. But if you're creating a new account today, you're going through Login.gov. Here's what most people don't expect. Login.gov requires a government-issued photo ID and a selfie. Yes, a selfie. And there's a second layer. Every time you log in after that, SSA sends a short code to your phone or email. You type it in. Takes 10 seconds. That part is easy. And it's there to keep anyone else from getting into your account and messing with your benefits. But the selfie step? That's where everything falls apart. You hold up your driver's license. The screen says, "We couldn't verify your identity." Your heart sinks. You try again. Same message. Third time, same thing. And this is just the beginning. Because the selfie screen isn't the only place people get stuck. There are exactly 3 screens in this entire process where most people freeze, panic, and close the browser. I'm going to walk you through all 3, so you don't lose a single dollar. Ready? Let's go. Screen number 1. Identity verification. You're sitting at your laptop holding up your license, and the camera can't read it. Glare, shadow, blurry edges. 3 failed attempts, and you think the system rejected you. Didn't. The camera just couldn't match your face to your ID photo. So here's the fix. Don't use your laptop. Use your phone. The camera is sharper, and Login.gov's mobile experience is smoother. Find a well-lit room. Hold your ID flat, no glare, no shadows. For the selfie, look straight into the camera, neutral expression, glasses off. And if it still doesn't work, here's something most people don't know. Login.gov lets you verify in person at a participating post office. You walk in with your ID, they verify you face-to-face, and you're done. No selfie required. That's screen 1 handled. But screen 2 is a different kind of trap. Screen number 2 is the employment question. Partway through the application, SSA asks if you're currently working. And this is where panic sets in. Let's say you're working part-time at Home Depot, making $22,000 a year. You see that question and your stomach drops. If I'm still earning money, maybe I don't qualify. That's not true. You can absolutely collect Social Security while you're still working. Now, if you're under 67 and earning more than about $1,950 a month, that's the 2026 threshold. Some of your benefits get temporarily withheld. But here's the key word: temporarily. Once you hit full retirement age, SSA recalculates everything and gives that money back in the form of higher monthly payments. So don't let that question scare you off. Answer honestly. Keep going. 2 down, 1 to go. Screen number 3 is the one I warned you about at the very beginning. The benefit start date dropdown. You'll see a menu labeled Benefit Start Month, and the default is usually set to the earliest eligible month, which means the lowest possible payment. Don't just accept the default. Think about your full retirement age. Think about that retroactive rule. Choose deliberately. If you're not sure, write down your options and come back to it. Which brings us to the next question. What happens if you need to walk away in the middle of all this? If you close that browser tab right now, your application isn't gone. But only if you do one thing before you leave. SSA automatically saves your progress. You don't have to finish in one sitting. That's the good news. But here's what they don't tell you. That saved application has an expiration date. A few weeks. After that, gone. Completely. You start over from zero. So think about it this way. Imagine spending 45 minutes filling out every detail. Your work history, your bank information, your spouse's social security number, and then losing all of it because you waited too long to come back. That's what happens without a backup plan. So here's what you do. Every time you finish a screen, screenshot it. Save it to a folder on your desktop. And the moment the system gives you a confirmation number, and it will grab your phone, type it into your Notes app, and text it to yourself. That number is your proof that your work exists. With it, you can recover everything. Without it, you're starting from scratch. Take a breath. You're doing fine. You can log out, come back tomorrow, pick up where you left off. Just don't wait too long. Now, you know the traps. You know the screens. But there's one more question nobody answers. And it might be the most important one of all. When should you actually sit down and hit submit? There's a rule. And once you know it, the entire timeline clicks into place. I call it the 4-month rule. SSA doesn't process your application overnight. It takes weeks, sometimes longer. So if you want your first payment to arrive in a specific month, you need to submit roughly 4 months before that month. Let me make this real. Say you want your first check to land in January 2027. That means you need to submit no later than September 2026. What if you wait until December? You could be sitting there for 2 or 3 months with no payment, wondering what went wrong. But submitting too early creates a different problem. Say you file 8 months before your start date. SSA might come back and ask you to update your income from the past year. That means new forms, more waiting, more chances for a delay. Your application could even expire before they get to it. For months, that's the sweet spot. Not a day sooner, not a day later. Mark it on your calendar, set a reminder, and submit on that date. Alright, you just hit submit. Now what? Is it just silence? When does the money actually show up? And what if something goes wrong and nobody tells you? Here's exactly what happens behind the scenes. The moment you submit, a confirmation number appears on screen. Screenshot it. Write it down. This is your receipt, your proof that your application is in the system. Over the next 2 to 4 weeks, SSA reviews everything. Your identity, your earnings, your eligibility. During that time, you don't need to do anything. But here's the catch. If they need something else from you, they won't call, they won't email, they send a letter through the mail. So for the next month, check your mailbox like it owes you money because it might. Once you're approved, you'll get what's called an award letter. This is the big one. It tells you your monthly benefit amount, your start date, and your payment schedule. And here's something that surprises almost everyone. Your payment date isn't random. It depends on your birthday. Born between the 1st and the 10th, you get paid on the 2nd Wednesday of each month. Born between the 11th and the 20th, 3rd Wednesday, Born between the 21st and the 31st? Fourth Wednesday. That's your day, every month, for as long as you collect benefits. And you don't need to call SSA to check where things stand. Just log into your My Social Security account on ssa.gov. The same account you just created, and your application status is right there. You've done it. The hardest part is over. Knowing how to apply is one thing, but knowing exactly when to start collecting based on your situation. That's where the real money is. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone in your family who's getting close to retirement. They'll thank you. Until next time.